Road to 2023. 3 Influential Politicians to Watch, Part 3. Before we go any further, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Also give us a thumbs up and share our contents. Number 4. Yemi Osinbajo. Professor Oluyemi Oluleke Osinbajo was born on the 8th of March, 1957 in Lagos. He is a pastor, lawyer, senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, and senior partner at Simmons Cooper Partners. The Unilag law graduate has paid his dues in the legal profession looking at his antecedents and achievements. The current vice president of Nigeria has over the last few years proven himself a dependable loyalist of his principal, Muhammadu Buhari. He has managed to tiptoe very cleverly through the political controversies which even formed part of his daily routine at a time. It is difficult to absolutely posit that he is the president's man for 2023, but then again, given the politics that heralded his emergence as VP, and his journey so far with the president, it is safe to say that they have enjoyed a good working relationship. For emphasis, many people would easily recall that it was the same Buhari who has never hidden his long-held suspicion for career politicians that somehow found Osinbajo, who has also cut his teeth in grassroots politics, a dependable ally and a comforting presence. Back then in pre-2015 years, one can say that Buhari's choice of Osinbajo as his running mate was a strategic move. Being a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God (RCCG), he naturally received the blessings of his pastor, Aidboy, as well as the endorsement and the support of almost all the Pentecostal Christians resident in the Southwest. Nigeria is a deeply religious country, so this is understandable. Again, at the time, there was the connection with Awolowo. Osinbajo has been married to one of Chief Awolowo's granddaughters, and with this, he ticked another box when her secured the endorsement of Awolowo's wife, after she publicly welcomed his choice as Buhari's running mate for the 2015 elections. It is truth as regardless of how one may look at it, the choice of Osinbajo in that election won the APC an encouraging number of Christian votes in the Southwest, and this was what helped in matching Afenifer's support for Jonathan to give APC an edge. Many people would recall that in the early days of the Buhari administration, Osinbajo enjoyed the trust of the president. In fact, he has continued to enjoy it. It was said that the late former leader of the presidential cabal, Abba Kyari, was somehow a stumbling block to this relationship, but he is no longer around. A considerable number of people who have their ears to the ground believe that should the intricacies of the 2023 politics finally tilt to Osinbajo's favor, Buhari will not hesitate to completely throw himself into the project. Again, the unpredictability of the president can also drop the presidency on the feet of his loyal VP. To Osinbajo's credit, it is without doubt that he possesses one of the most eye-catching resumes anyone can find around. Added to his oratory prowess, this is often what gives him a clear quintessential posture of a leader in the 21st century, and this is one thing his supporters believe would sell his ambition. In the last 50 years in the USA, no vice president who had his or her sights fairly fixated on succeeding a president has failed to be nominated by their party. The reverse is the case in Nigeria because it has never happened before. The only person who might have succeeded was Alex Ekwume, but he wasn't successful when a coup was used to oust their administration. For Atiku Abubakar, he fell out with his boss, Olusegun Obasanjo, very early in their administration, so the chances were close to zero. However, it is important to point out Jonathan partly succeeded, but he would have death to thank. He won the nomination of his party after his boss, the late Umaru Yar'Adua, died while still in office. Osinbajo would have to break that jinx in 2023 to stand a chance. The fact that he is yet to fall out with his boss, at least publicly, means there is a good chance. Whether or not he succeeds would only be a matter of time. He is surely one of the politicians to watch in the buildup. Number 5. Good luck, Jonathan. Anyone following recent political conversations in Nigeria would not be surprised that he is on this list. Nigeria's immediate past president, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, was born November 20, 1957 in his native Otuok, Bayelsa State. He is a zoologist by profession and only began active politics just before the return of democracy in 1998. Jonathan, who is of the Ijaw ethnic nationality and a Christian by faith, was born and raised in the region which is popularly referred to as Niger Delta. Looking at his political career, many people would recall that in the run-up to the 1998 elections, the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Dipre Alimisea, chose Dr. Goodluck Jonathan to be his running mate even when nobody gave Jonathan a chance. The Alimisea Jonathan ticket went on to win the elections the following year and were eventually sworn in on May 29, 1999. In 2003, their tenure was renewed after they won the April 2003 election landslide. During those times, Jonathan was widely accorded so much respect for his humility, sense of responsibility and deep sense of loyalty. Goodluck Jonathan remained the deputy governor of Bayelsa State until sometime in December 12, 2005. His principal was ousted from office for money laundering and he was eventually sworn in as governor. 2 years later, in 2007 precisely, he won the primary ticket to contest the gubernatorial election in the state and was still somewhere running his campaign when he was informed that he had been nominated to be the running mate to the PDP presidential candidate, Governor Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. The Yar'Adua Jonathan joint ticket eventually went on to win the election, which was marred by widespread irregularities which Yar'Adua himself alluded to. On May 5, 2010, President Yar'Adua unfortunately passed on and in compliance with laid-down constitutional provisions, Jonathan was sworn in as substantive president and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria a day after the unfortunate incident, precisely on the 6th of May 2010. Against the laid-down principles of zoning in his party, the PDP, in 2011, President Jonathan contested for the presidential primaries and defeated bigwigs such as Atiku Abubakar and IBB to win the party's nomination and then went on to be elected president as president to serve his first full 4-year tenure. He went on to hold that position up until 2015 when he was overpowered by a strong and viral propaganda-propelled APC. Following the keenly contested presidential elections, to the surprise of his opponents and the whole world, he conceded victory to Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress (APC) through a phone call even while the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) was still computing results. That move has been interpreted in different ways by several people, but many analysts believe that it was what saved Nigeria's democracy or perhaps her fragile unity. Over the last few years, many Nigerians have been left dumbfounded following the romance and brotherhood Jonathan shares with President Muhammadu Buhari. In fact, this was something no one saw coming, and this is possibly why Jonathan made this list. Meanwhile, Buhari seems to have developed soft spots for Jonathan over his decision to concede defeat in the 2015 election even while his defeat was yet to be officially confirmed by the electoral body. Many Nigerians believe that the man from Dora may consider supporting his bestie to return to the position against the run of play. Taking about the political party under WH, if that dream would be actualized, it must be Buhari's party, the APC. Looking deeply at it, Jonathan's sympathy for the APC is no longer new. In fact, it first became glaring back in 2019 when it was proven that he secretly supported the candidacy of the governorship candidate of the APC, David Leon, against his party's candidate, Dewey Duri, in his home state, Bayelsa. This was proven beyond doubts when, following Leon's victory in that election, key APC leaders including highly placed serving governors visited Jonathan to sincerely thank him for the role he played. Although the Supreme Court later nullified Leon's victory over a technical issue involving his running mate, Jonathan's message was already well delivered. Yes, it is true that should Jonathan eventually divide to bow to pressure and contest the 2023 election, so many political issues would arise, but then again, beyond the political issues, he still has some very dicey legal obstacles on his way due to a constitutional provision which was recently passed which makes it an illegality for vice presidents who succeed their respective principals to serve more than one term. It would be down to the judiciary to interpret in due course. However, it is important to recall that prior to his defeat in 2015, Jonathan had to displace a similar challenge before being allowed to contest the elections. As a result of this development, it remains to be seen if Jonathan could be affected by this new law, or not, given the realities surrounding him. Finally, whether or not Jonathan gets to contest the elections, one thing is certain, he would play one or two key roles in that election. His profile as a diplomat has since blossomed and his international profile skyrocketed. His endorsement could be a tie-breaker, and it is something worth fighting for. The questions surrounding his touted comeback would be answered in 2022, and he is surely one politician to watch as the 2023 elections draws near. Number 6. Nasir El-Rufai. Governor Nasir El-Rufai is the current governor of Kaduna State. Interestingly, he is the 22nd executive governor of Kaduna State. Born on the 16th of February 1960, El-Rufai bagged a bachelor's degree, first-class honors, in quantity surveying from Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. Many people don't quite know that El-Rufai is also an alumna of Harvard Business School as well as the Georgetown University. Before being elected as executive governor in 2015, El-Rufai had served Nigeria in different capacities. Firstly, he served as the Director General of Bureau of Public Enterprises. At some point, he also served as the head of privatization agency under the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Shortly after all of that, El-Rufai went on to serve under the same government as the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), Abuja from sometime in July 2003 to the 29th of May 2007 when his principal left office. Many people might recall that during his tenure as FCT minister, he was nicknamed Mr. Demolition because of his habit of destroying illegal structures and buildings regardless of the owner. His tenure as governor of Kaduna State has been embroiled in quite a few controversies, but one thing no one can take away from the Kaduna governor is that he is delivering good dividends of democracy to his people in form of quality infrastructural projects. El-Rufai is often considered a member of the presidential cabal, and he is no doubt one of the favorite governors who has the ears of Mr. President, and this can be easily deduced from his constant shuttle to Aso Villa, especially during Buhari's first term, and again, even his strategic role within the party further proves that. On the issue of zoning, El-Rufai has been quite inconsistent. Recently he attacked it, postulating that it often gives Nigeria mediocre leaders. This is contrary to a belief he had earlier mouthed about the need to zone the 2023 presidency to the south. El-Rufai is a man of great ambition which he backs up with scheming. Now, he is still keeping his cards close to his chest, but political analysts are of the opinion that should the northern elements in the party bulldoze their way in their scheme to retain power in the north, El-Rufai would be the first name on their list. Now, it appears that he is President Buhari's man for the role of the vice presidency when a presidential candidate finally emerges for the ruling party. 2023 is still many months away, but El-Rufai is surely one politician to watch as far as determining who succeeds Buhari is concerned. Number 7. Nyesom Wike. The incumbent governor of Rivers State is no new name in the political arena in Nigeria. Nyesom Ezenwo Wike was born on the 13th day of December 1963 in his native Rumupirakam, Obio Akpor, Rivers State. By the time the next presidential elections happen, Wike would be close to his 60th birthday. As far as age is concerned, Wike still possesses enough latitude to dream big political dreams. Wike was bred and raised in Rivers State. He obtained a Bachelor of Laws degree from the Rivers State University of Science and Technology, RSUT, back then in the early 90s. Wike also holds a master's degree in political and administrative studies from the same university. Politically speaking, Wike is a game changer. He has fought and survived many political battles which could be attributed to his sagacity and fighting spirit. Swimming in mud is never something he is shy to do, and he can cross oceans just to actualize a particular ambition. He became the governor of Rivers State after he fell out with his former friend and principal, Chibuike Amechi, who is the current Minister of Transport in Nigeria. Looking at 2023, it is almost a certainty that Wyke would be involved in one way or the other. In the last general elections, he decided to stay back in Rivers to fight and secure his second term as governor. That wouldn't be the case in 2023, as he would have been done with his second tenure on the 29th of May 2023. The big question this pops up is, where would Wyke be in 2023? As many of his colleagues are already accustomed to, Wyke has not shown signs that he would be making the National Assembly his retirement home, and for this reason, it would only take a politically naive person not to sense that Wyke's sights might be on a so rock. Some analysts believe Wyke might be angling to be running mate to his friends who is the current governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal. Some also believe that a masterstroke with Atiku is still on the table. However, with the recent convention of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) producing a northern chairman with Wyke's blessings, you never can tell what Wyke has up his sleeves. Whatever be the case, Nigerians would find out in 2022 when politicking heats up, and for this reason, Wyke's name on this list is very much deserved. Watch out for the next part of this series. Please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Also give us a thumbs up and share our contents.